So here's a really good example for where using feed rules to edit product titles might be really useful and really helpful. So I have a bunch of products in a catalog here. You can see Extreme Clean 4 liter. Now what I think about these products is that they're actually very basic. I don't like the titles here, and we've just added them to the catalog. So what I want to do is get these product titles looking more like this. And the reason for that is twofold. Not only will Google have more keywords now to identify as associated with our products, which means that it can match more searches to our products, you know, heavy duty sealer, coating and epoxy, as opposed to just the product title strip it, which doesn't really mean anything. But also for the user, it just looks more appealing to basically see a longer, kind of more informed product title. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Merchant Center and I'm going to edit the feed. And so I'm going to go feeds, click on that feed, go feed rules. And here's what I want to start doing. I want to start adding rules. Now you can see I've already added a whole bunch of rules for this client, but because this is a whole new part of the product catalog, I'm going to need to do it essentially from scratch for these particular products. And so it'll be really good to take you along with me and show you how I do that. Now here I have a couple options. I can either implement one rule for all of these products because they all have the same product type. So I can add in a rule here saying that if the product type, you know, contains cleaners, then apply the rule. We're going to find and replace, or we can sort of add something onto the end. So I can do something for the entire product type, but that's not ideal in this case because each one of these products, while they are all different types of cleaners, they're all quite different, and I'd actually like to get more specific, just like I've done here, and having, you know, stain remover paste, anti-slip treatment for ceramic, blah, blah, blah. So I can really get more niche if I just start implementing kind of manual feed rules. So a good example is starting with Extreme Clean Plus. Now we have 3 different sizes, but they all do the same thing. So just different sizes of the same product. So I want to implement a rule that says, if the title contains Extreme Clean Plus, then let's find Extreme Clean Plus in the title, and we're going to replace it with the following. And here's where I'm going to get information from the product page itself. I quite like that. It's very simple. So I've entered it in here. You can see I've gone, if the title contains Extreme Clean Plus, then find and replace exactly that with Extreme Clean Plus, and then I've, you know, added this whole ending thing onto it. Heavy duty cleaner and degreaser for stone, tile and grout. And what's going to happen is it should put this exact title just before the size, which as we know will be 4 liter or 15 liter or 1 liter because they all contain Extreme Clean Plus. So to run a test, what you might want to do is open up in a separate tab, you know, your Merchant Center, come here, get the item ID, and you can simply copy paste that into this bar up the top, press enter, and it will run that through, and here's what it ends up looking like. So we have Extreme Clean Plus, heavy duty cleaner and degreaser for stone, tile and grout, dash 4 liter. And that's going to be the same for any of the sizes. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of the product. So we have Stone Wash Plus up next. So I'm up to the final one here, AquaGuard. I'm simply going to go in, double check that that's accurate. And then you can see that looks pretty good down there. So that's essentially it. So now I'm going to save as draft. And what we should see is that all of these will update. It sometimes takes like 24 hours, so it might not be in this video. But we're going to see that all of those will update. I'm going to apply those changes. We've got heaps of feed rules happening for this client now. And basically all of their products are going to be super well updated and competitive in Google. So it's been long enough now for me to show you kind of the implications of those changes. So first of all, you can see that the product titles are nice and beautiful. They all sort of work out really well, just as I'd hoped and as I knew would happen. Notice that after I made the change, there was a huge increase in the volume of impressions that we're serving. It doesn't matter that the click-through rate didn't necessarily go up with it because we had overall more clicks because we were being seen more times. That's why impressions have gone up so much higher than they used to be. And also essentially, you know, they've sustained it. So they're continuing. It wasn't just a fluke. And that's really the implications of making changes like this, because Google has more words to play with. It has more kind of data points to serve our ad to different people typing in different things.